President Bola Tinubu on Monday approved the renewed Hope Infrastructure Development Fund to bridge the country's $25 billion per annum infrastructure funding gap. The new initiative will be domiciled in the presidency, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, told journalists after Monday's Federal Executive Council meeting at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. Idris said the fund became necessary given Nigeria's current infrastructure gap, requiring $878 billion to bridge between 2016 and 2040. Now, there's a study that was made that said Nigeria will require about $878 billion between 2016 and 2040 to bridge its infrastructure deficit. Giving further details about the new development, the chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, Zach Adedeji, said the fund would focus on road, rail, agriculture, ports, and aviation. He explained that the fund will be launched only after the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Abubakar Bagudu, prepares a supplementary budget to accommodate the new spending. Meanwhile, the presidency had highlighted 4 objectives of the RHIDF. And the federal government says it has deducted over 415 billion naira from state government allocations to service their external loans. This was according to data from the Federation Account Allocation Committee Disbursement Report published by the National Bureau of Statistics. The deductions were made between 2019 and 2023 from the allocations given to state governments from the Federation account. The Federation account is currently being managed under a legal framework that allows funds to be shared under 3 major components, which are the statutory allocation, value-added tax distribution, and derivation principle. An analysis of the report shows that the deductions incurred by the subnationals were 57 billion naira in 2019, 74 billion naira in 2020, before increasing to 86.2 billion naira in 2021, 78 billion naira in 2022, and 120.01 billion naira as of December 2023. Now, the figure indicated an increase of 110%, signaling the country's huge debt amidst dwindling revenue. The most hit state by deductions was Lagos, with about 131.1 billion naira deducted for external debt servicing. It was followed by Kaduna with 45.85 billion naira deducted and Cross River with 21.59 billion naira deducted. About 18.25 billion naira, 14.76 billion naira, 10.31 billion naira, and 10.92 billion naira were deducted from Oyo, Rivers, Ogun, and Edo, respectively. The least affected states were Borno, 1.55 billion naira, Yobe, 2.1 billion naira, and Zamfara, 2.1 billion naira. And the Central Bank of Nigeria has disclosed that it will be allocating $10,000 to each bureau de change operators at 125 naira per dollar. Now, this was contained in a circular made available to newsmen and signed by the bank's Director of Trade and Exchange Department, Dr. Hassan Mahmood, on Monday. The Apex Bank directed each BDC to sell the dollar to eligible customers at a rate not exceeding 1.5% above the purchase price, implying the BDCs are not expected to sell above 1,269 naira per dollar. On July 27, 2021, the CBN discontinued the sale of foreign exchange to BDCs, accusing them of trading FX wholesale amounts greater than $5,000 in contravention of their licenses and Nigeria's FX regulations. CBN announced its decision to sell foreign exchange worth $20,000 to each eligible bureau de change operator across the country in February. This comes more than 2 years after the suspended former CBN governor, Godwin Emefiele, stopped the sales of foreign exchange to BDC operators. The naira maintained a steady appreciation against the United States dollar on Monday, gaining 14 naira to close at 1,408 naira per dollar at the official market. Meanwhile, the naira on Monday continued its appreciation across the foreign exchange markets as the Central Bank of Nigeria sold dollar at 1,251 naira to bureau de change operators. The CBN in February 2024 promised to sell $20,000 weekly to BDCs at 1,301 naira. A circular from the CBN indicated that the Apex Bank directed the BDCs to sell to eligible customers at a rate not exceeding 1.5% above the purchase price. The summary of the forex actions showed that the naira appreciated by 1.64% as the dollar was quoted at 1,408 naira 04 kobo on Monday, stronger than 1,431 naira 49 kobo quoted on Friday at the Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market. Data from the FMDQ showed that the intraday, high closed at 1,442 per dollar on Monday, stronger than the 1,406 naira per dollar closed on Friday. The intraday low closed flat at 1,300 naira per dollar on Monday, as against 1,301 naira closed on Friday at NAFEB. The daily FX market turnover increased by 11.06% to 221.80 million US dollar on Monday from 119.71 million US dollar recorded on Friday. Dollar rate on Monday crashed to 1,450 naira, pushing up the value of the naira by 2.07% as speculators offload hoarded foreign currencies at the parallel market, poorly called the black market. The naira, which closed at 1,480 naira on Friday, appreciated to 1,450 naira on Monday, resulting in loss of money by many speculators who bought dollar at the higher rates.